Legal challenges to President Trump's executive order that he himself called a travel ban are likely to end up in the Supreme Court. The executive order bans travel of people from 7 predominantly Muslim nations. The White House spokesperson Sean Spicer has said only 109 people were affected by the ban, but the State Department and the Justice Department say the number of visas revoked is somewhere between 60,000 and 100,000. Thursday night, after the federal appeals court declined to reinstate the travel ban, President Trump took to Twitter, tweeting, "See you in court. The security of our nation is at stake." So where should America's focus on terrorists be? Farah Pandith is an expert on counterterrorism, has served in 3 administrations. She's a senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations. It's so nice to see you.
It's nice to see you, too.
You served under the first President Bush.
Yes.
You served under his son,
yes,
President Bush, and also in the Obama administration. Your expertise is in examining sort of the roots of extremism. And I know after 9/11, you got back into government.
Yes.
What did you find? What causes people to become terrorists?
Soledad, that's the heart of the issue, and that's why the travel ban, as we're calling it, is so problematic. It's flawed rationale. What I have discovered in traveling to more than 80 countries around the world is that the young generation of Muslims growing up after 9/11 are experiencing a crisis of identity. They're asking about their place in modern society. They're asking questions about their religion and what it means to be modern and Muslim. So whether you're living as a Muslim in a Muslim majority country, or you're living as a Muslim as a minority, you're hearing the messages from the extremist groups, and you're finding appeal in that ideology because it's giving you a sense of belonging. It's giving you a sense of identity that you didn't have.
So it sort of coalesces extremists around this idea that the enemy is the United States. When you say us, you mean America.
So whether we're talking about Al-Qaeda right after 9/11, or we're talking about ISIS today and everything in between, this us and them narrative is the narrative that these groups use. So
well, America has an us and them narrative as well. Al-Qaeda, interestingly, didn't take credit for lone wolf attacks if they, it seems to me, if they hadn't actually been part of the helping plot the attack. And it seems that ISIS has a different strategy on that front.
So the evolution of the threat and the changes in these groups over the last 15 years is really important. And today in America, we're looking at the homegrown threat. We're looking at the so-called lone wolves. And I'll say to you, there's no lone wolfness about that. They're getting radicalized on and offline. They're finding appeal in this us and them narrative in a lot of different ways.
When you crunch the numbers around who is actually pulling off terror attacks, let's just talk in the United States, what do you find?
Soledad, I think it is tremendously important that President Trump has said that he wants to defeat ISIS. I think we all agree that we want to defeat ISIS and any other group like it. What I know is that ideology lives all over the globe, and that there is inspiration that comes from all over the world. You can't ban every country in the world. You can't build an idea wall. You
can block Muslims from coming in from those 7 countries. That will not block the kind of terrorists like a Dylann Roof, who seem to be a very big percentage of the kind of people who are actually pulling off terror attacks in America.
What we have to understand is how radicalization takes place. What inspired the person who was born in our country to feel like they have to go down a path to find the appeal of ISIS? And similarly, to your point about the kind of terrorism that we've seen from white supremacists, similarly, where are they getting the inspiration? Why are they finding it appealing?
Farah Pandith, nice to have you. Thank you for talking with us.
It's a pleasure.